Hey guys, Clumsy here. Oops, might have been too loud. Welcome back to Explain ad hoc stream because I did not stream Explain yesterday, so I am making up for it today. How are you guys doing? Yeah, deja vu, right? Thanks again, Jack, for 17 months. Goodness. Time flies. How are you doing, Blah? Glad you guys could join again. And sorry for the short notice. How are you guys doing? Long time no see, Jack. It's been a while. So we are on the Airbus A319 still by Tolis. I found a new livery, Cebu Pacific. This is the, I think, is it the number one right now? But it's a budget airline from the Philippines. But it's really getting traction. I think it has overtaken Philippine Airlines in terms of something. I know that's very technical. It's one of the biggest airlines now because it's super cheap. And we often take this when we go home. We take this more often than the Philippine Airlines one because it's cheaper, more practical. And the livery doesn't look half bad. Right? Yeah, not half bad. Very nice. And I wanted to try something as well because I just found this tool that I wanted to check out. It's called the Tolis SimBrief Connector. So as the name implies, it should connect SimBrief, which is where we make our flight plans, to the Airbus. But I am not sure exactly how it works. So we will go and try it out today. Alright, anyway, one sec. Let's go back to that one in a bit. So I did some of the stuff already. Let's see if I can do that properly here. Okay. Alright. Let me get back to you in a second. Because there should be a pilot ID here. Sorry, I know I'm speaking garbled stuff. I just discovered that 230242. Okay, so I needed to... let me show you what I'm doing. So you guys are in the loop. Hey, Jay. Glad you could join too. Another one, long time no see. So this connector is needing that pilot ID 230242. We are headed today from Davao to Cebu in the Philippines. And I've downloaded this because there is a new airport in each of these places done by, I forgot who was it, but done by a very talented guy. Let's have a look at the mods list, ! mods to get this link. If you go to Explain 11, you will see the scenery. That's the one, Davao and Cebu by Decoded Pilot. Yeah, and very nicely done, these mods, these sceneries. Alright, 230242, and then I open the PDF here, and then I show that there. Okay, tada! Well, look at you, Jack, just like a mod. Thanks for that. He finally got that tandem Volvo working, sort of. Why sort of? What's not working? Alright, let's go and test it out. So I need to plug in. So that thing I was talking about, the SimBrief connector 230242. So we enter the pilot ID here. Does that work? Yeah, that should work. And then what we do is okay, let's see the before and after. So if we look at aircraft config here, the zero fuel weight is 55,615. The fuel is 7,000, but in the flight plan it's only 5,860. Okay, so what this supposedly does is it gets the flight plan from there, adjusts the weights, and also downloads a PDF version. So if you look at the config, download OFP PDF file to directory. So that should all be automatic. So we will see if it works now. Let's fetch it. Fetch OFP. Is that how it works? This is my first time trying this, so we'll see. Doesn't seem like it's working though, or unless it takes a bit of time. Hey Silver, thanks a lot man for joining. Have a good one. Hi Silver, bye Silver. Don't insult me, there you go. So 145 packs, so it was able to get that properly. Right now we have 128 here. Alright, so if I transfer load data to ISCS, then that should, wow, that is good. That is good. So 145 packs, 55323, 5860 fuel, 0 cargo. So that looks like that. Let's see if this makes any sense with the 0 fuel weight and stuff. We might need to adjust some of these. We'll see. Okay, looking good. Alright, let's see inside. Quickest drop by ever. Alright, I'll need my checklist though. Cheaty checklist. Okay. So we have exterior power already. Let's turn on the batteries and enable exterior power. Goody good. Test the lights. Oh yes, one major difference now is I actually have, with the recommendation from Thaddeus, is to enable random faults now and increase the factor to 100. Now, this doesn't mean that the engine gives out, but these are more of the minor faults, not as intense as an engine actually going down or something, falling off, but it should provide for a more interesting flight. Anyway, worst case, we have the pause button in case we need to think of what we need to do. Okay? Let me off, let me off. I know, right? Too late now. Alright, let's go and set up the ADIRs. Let's wait for each one. Just aligning all three. It works sort of because the tandem trailer default skin is ugly. You had to find the skin for it. End up having a Texaco tanker trailer with a refrigerated a hybrid, why not? Why not? Turn on the strobes, nav lights, fasten seat belts, no smoking, emergency exit lights, look good. Landing elevation is in auto, pack flow, I think we need that on high because we are in Manila, it's going to be very hot, Davao rather. Let's turn on all the pumps. Good. I will be skipping the fire tests. You know what, actually, maybe we need it. Because you never know when some of these fail. So now we really need to check each one. I'm not even familiar what are the possible failures that can happen. Right, and now we can turn on the radio panels. Hey battery. Welcome to the stream, how are you? We're doing good, just starting. And now with the radios open, I can now connect to pilot to ATC. Let me show you that one over here. And let's see if I can connect. Sometimes it bugs out. Okay, all three good. Simulator, recognition engine, and grammars. Those are the three checks that we need to do. And they are good. Let's activate AI. And now I'll import the flight plan. The flight plan is going to come from sim brief, the ATC flight plan here, I just copy over this part here. We'll see what it decides. If it follows that, normally it doesn't follow it exactly. We'll see how it decides that. You're good. Good to hear. Just starting our flight, sorry, just in time. Davao, Romeo Papa Mike Delta to Romeo Papa Victor Mike Cebu Mactan. There you go. And that should be, we should be cruising at 443 knots, ground speed, and flight level 280. Alright, let me remember that. Flight level 280 and then 443 knots. There you go. Let's try to validate that and file it. Now let's see if that will align, because the SIDS, the stars, we'll see if it's aligned with that. Actually, even the runway is different. Should have been runway 5. Maybe it doesn't capture the entire flight plan. Yeah, it's different. We can align that. We can say we want actually runway 5. Shouldn't have filed it first. Should have adjusted this one. Jofer 1 Charlie. That's the one. Jofer 1 Charlie. Load that up. And then later on, the star will be Ball 1. Runway 22. Not Boho 3 Romeo, that's Ball 1. That one. Does that make sense? Not sure, but that's what the flight plan says over at SimBrief. Should I have just trusted it? I am not sure. Okay, runway 22. Recommended is RNAV. Oh, RNAV again. Here we go. And transition. Let's go and try the vectors, right? Let's go and try the vectors. So it's a bit more exciting. Vectors to Victor Mike 22 Alpha. That should look good and be a bit more exciting. Okay, so I filed that and I'll get back to chat in a bit. Sorry guys, just focusing a bit here. Hey Alex, glad you made it, man. How's your internet connection? Let me see. Jack's chair won't recline, fault. What? You may want to move your mic a bit away from your mouth. Yeah, it's too ASMR-ish. That's the name of the stream. Some people don't like it though. You might be one of those. Internet was fine, but computer took a dump. Blame the graphics cards. The new version, huh? Is there a jack spanner in here? Glad to see the gang in full attendance. We're going to need it with all the faults that we'll be having. Alright. Let's go and set up the displays. That is looking good. Over here as well. And we'll have to check how to load the flight plan. But I think it's going to be a bit manual. Not as fully automatic as I hope, at least. We'll see. Did you check it for freshness? I think that's a different dump. Good. Alright, let's go into the FMC. Iraq Cycle 1908, that is the latest. That's good. We will not be changing that. Remove that here so I can type stuff. Database validity, yeah, let's go to the init page. Let's try to load it. Load should be a Kilo Mike. No, it's Romeo Papa Mike Delta. Romeo Papa Mike Delta, Romeo Papa Victor Mike. That's the one. That should be the one. That does work somewhat, but I think not fully. Yeah, it doesn't work fully. We'll have to check it. That's the thing I noticed. The loading the flight plan in any case is never that smooth. Also, the charts doesn't seem to have downloaded properly. Okay, so the plugin is not foolproof. Unless I missed a step. Let me check. Might have missed something. Transfer load data, I did that. OFP PDF in plugins AVI tab charts. Yeah, that one's working. But why isn't it here? Oh, maybe it's this one, huh? Oh, it does work. It does work. It does download. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. Cool. Clumsy 168. So I don't have any problems remembering my call sign. Alternate would be going back to Davao. Cost index is 12. And if we have some people new on the stream, some people new to flight sim, aviation, let me know. I'm new as well, but maybe I can share some stuff, like where I'm getting these stuff from, if you're not familiar with how to read the flight plan and all that. Okay, so just let me know. 280, otherwise I will just breeze through them. Alright, over here we check the GPS coordinates. So we go to data, monitor GPS, and we align the latitude and longitude. That looks correct. Longitude is good as well, so we can align that now. Good. me We can also fix the wind from here, but I think I'll wait for that until later. You know what? No, I'll do it here now, so I won't forget. That should be this one, yes. I was hoping that when loading the flight plan, this would be automatically plugged in. But no, I don't think I really need this because we won't even reach flight level 350, but fine. 7918 310, just for completeness sake. 106 at 15 knots. Flight level 200. 126, 15, 150, and 205, 10, 100. There you go. GPS primary as well. We have the IRSs aligned. Top of climb would be 280, so that would be 85 at 13. Why are we at descent already? Wait a minute, there is no cruise. Interesting. Alright, I'll plug this in later then. That might mean the flight plan is too short. The good thing is when we loaded it, it loaded here correctly already. No, it did not. Well, it did not get the departures and all that, but it got the waypoint, so I think it did it halfway. So we picked the departure, page 2, runway 05, Chof 1 Charlie, no transition, insert. And that should lead to, let's see, 05 Jofer 1 Charlie, yeah, perfect. Jofer, okay, looks good. And then we go on Whiskey 8 Airway all the way to Bohol. Yeah, that looks good. And then arrival, RNAV 22, Vol 1, arrival, no via, because we'll be doing the via vectors, and insert. That looks good. Alright. Looking good. Now the flight plan back is, I think, from runway 22, if ever we had to turn back for some whatever reason, and because we have failures now, we have to plan for this properly. I cannot just skip over them. We take the Ball 2 Bravo departure, no transition, and we'll review this later as we go along. Whiskey 8, so I think you're just taking the same airway, which is quite interesting. So same airway, maybe just different flight level. Yeah, this is flight level 330. Look at that. Whiskey 8 to Joffer. So exactly the same airway, just opposite way, opposite sides. Joffer, and then we pick the Jof 1 arrival, ILS 05. Jof 1. No via, I guess no via. No transition. Insert. Good. Looking good. Alright. Now I can't remember where we put in the cruising altitude for the alternate. The init is where we maintain the real cruising flight level. But for the alternate, let's see, perf. I think I saw it somewhere. Let's go to wind. Alternate wind, that's the one. 310, yeah, how do we change that? 310. Because I want that to be 330. Anyway, we can worry about that when we can adjust that easily when we switch over to the alternate plan. How about secondary flight plan? I don't think that's part of it. Okay, fine. Alright, so now let's review that, see if it makes sense. So we go through here, go to plan mode. Let me show that here and zoom in so it has a better visual. Oh, there you go. All right. So let's zoom in. So we start. Oh, that's interesting. Start runway 05. Climb to 3,000 feet. Intercept. Actually, you know what? The good thing here is if we can try to load all of them and see if they align with the published charts as well. So let's load the airport. Let us load the departure. Joffer 1 Charlie, if I remember correctly. Yes. And then we have the Joffer 1 Charlie. Yes, that's the one. Okay, so this one is saying runway 05, that's Joffer 1 Charlie. Yeah, climb to 3,000 and then intercept. Alright, let's go through it. Intercept. Then turn left to track 335. It's a bit different. No, 333, yeah, that's the one. All the way to Cival, where we need to be above flight level 130. Yeah, that's a line there. The constraints. Let's turn on the constraints here. Good. And then Joffer, and then from there straight on. And then ball 1 is this is quite interesting looking. Dahoy. Oh, there it is. Dahoy Mactan. That looks very, very strange. 22 Alpha, 22 Beta. and then runway 22. The star doesn't seem like it jives with this. Maybe that's why in my flight plan, if I show you this one, I know so many windows, the star doesn't really show anything anymore, I guess because it's not compatible. So runway 22, let's select an arrival. If we check ball 1, that just takes us there. Transition to Bohol. Does that work? Arnav 22 Almar. Okay, let's follow that one. Let's see if they like that. No, the star really disappears. Look at that. Recommended star is none. Okay, so maybe no star. And if we trace the flight plan, that takes us to Bohol and then straight to Almar. Okay. Okay, let's follow what it says then. So this one is saying arrivals. There should be no arrival. We're not following any chart. Arnav 22, yes, but no star. But via Almar. That's what it says. Okay, let's follow that. Alright. And now, does it make more sense? There's a discontinuity there. No, that should not be Yayin. There should be a Bohol there somewhere via Whiskey 8. I think it deleted that. Whiskey 8 Bohol. That's the one. So Balin, Yayin, top of descent, Bohol, and then Almar. Yeah, so I think we can clear that. Does it make sense? Let's see. Yayin, Bohol, Almar. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That looks fluid. Yes. And then from Almar, we make that turn left to runway 22. Yeah, okay, good. That makes more sense. Anyone still awake? Sorry, nerding out here. Okay, we're good there. Even that guy is sleepy. Still up, bro? Yeah, he's still good. Not blinking an eye. Alright, not done yet though. Only just beginning. That is the flight plan step. The winds I already set. I checked the flight plan. Okay, next up is performance. Performance. So we have, and this is what I wanted to check as well with the chart, because I have a feeling this is not exactly the same. Flight level 280. So fuel is exactly as recommended. Normally I think they increase that a bit, but that's fine. We can follow it. Takeoff weight is 55323. Yeah, that's exact zero fuel weight there. Actually, this is exactly as adjusted. Nice. 145 people, no cargo. Zero fuel weight is 55.3. Yeah, this is exactly as is. I think the zero fuel weight center of gravity is different though. And I don't think we can adjust that because we don't have cargo. Yeah, that's the problem. Because what Captain Arianos told me was that this one, the value here should normally be around 30%, 30 to 35%. But I mean, this is what the calculation gave us, so maybe let's just live with that. Okay, so that's good. So 55. I like that it's consistent now. That's cool. Actually, I'm on the wrong page. It should be init B. That's the one I'm looking for. So it should be 28.6 and 55.30 fuel weight. Block fuel is 5.8 There we go. Alright. Calculations for the estimates, fuel estimates are there. Go to the performance. Take on config, flaps 1. Runway 05. Flex temp 65. Flaps 1. And stabilizer up 02. Up 0.2. I'll adjust that later as well. Good. V speeds 150 V1, 151 VR, 154 V2. Looking good. Alright. And then we change from max continuous thrust, flex MCT, to climb in the throttle at the 1640 feet. Okie dokes. Now we can set the frequency. What is the frequency for the... yeah, this is a bit different. This is a bit strange because there is no clearance delivery, there is no ground in Davao, and I'm not sure, I guess that's in real life as well. But we go directly to tower 118.1. And this is where we get our clearance. I'm just waiting for chatter. Should be coming up soon, if it's working at least. There we go. Do you guys hear that? I hope I set it properly. Alright. Tower Clumsy 168 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Climb via the JOF1C departure, with the JOFR transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 05. Climb to flight level 190 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 4105.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Climb via the JOF 1 Charlie departure with the JOFR transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 190 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 4105.
Clumsy 168 read back correct.
Nice.
QNH is 1012. Let us know when you are ready for pushback.
QNH 1012, Clumsy 168. Thank you. It's nice that the voice, that the frequency doesn't actually make you change to a different frequency, and they recognize that and they say just tell us when you're pushing back. So it's programmed in the pilot ATC. That's very cool. 1012 looks good. Alright. That's the flight plan we have. Yeah, that looks much better now, doesn't it? That looks much better. It's actually, you actually see the climb to 3000 then turn left. Alright. So far, no failures yet, but never too late. Hey! Hey, Bandit. Chewy. Thank you for 7 months, man. Appreciate that. GG. Welcome to the stream. Looking good there. Flight directors are on. Landing scales are off. Altitude is set for initial clearance. GG, man. How are you doing? Navigation mode. Clock is set. TCAS. So ATC TCAS. Let's turn that on to above, but only switch to standby for now. Oh, actually, no, it's transponder mode, but not the ARA just yet. Alright, from there we can now start the APU. We'll wait for the flaps to open. We'll wait for that message, and while we're waiting for that, we will go for better pushback planning. It should be facing this way for runway 05. I think.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged.
Flap is
Call me to the
open.
menu when you are ready.
Start the APU. And let's monitor. Make sure that everything is working a-okay. Yes, doing good as well. We had a sun hunting session a while ago while Jack was streaming, and now we are flying. Very varied. Looking good. Let's admire the airport while we're at it. This is the custom airport. Very small one, but look at that. Beautiful. I've never been to Davao in real life, interestingly enough. I always wanted to go, maybe eventually. Davao International Airport says there, welcome to Davao. Smart is one of the largest telecom companies. It's Globe and Smart, the main players in the Philippines. So it looks like this is fully sponsored by Smart. Looking good, and now it looks like APU has started fully. Let's double check that. In terms of electricity, APU generator is on. We're still using external power though, exterior power, so now we can turn that off. We'll see that the APU is now being used for both buses. Is that how you call it? The APU bus is enabled. We can remove the external power, and we can enable the bleed for the APU. And now we can hear the air conditioning building up again. The bleed is, yeah, that's the APU right there. Turned on. Good. Everything green so far. Looks good. Let's request for pushback. Tower Clumsy 168. Ready for pushback and engine start.
Clumsy 168 pushback and engine start approved.
Actually, I forgot something. Should have started that one first because it will take some time for him to get here.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Pushback and engine start approved. Clumsy 168. Right, let's wait for the guy. How are we doing in terms of air conditioning? Let's have a look. So in terms of air conditioning, you see that the cockpit is quite cold now, but the forward and aft, goodness, 32 degrees inside. Phew. I don't think the APU has enough to put air conditioning on all of them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Had to go through a lot of tutorials and read up a lot and research a bit, and still I have so much to learn.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
But it's so cool learning about these things. That's the tug. I like the X-ATC chatter plugin, the chatter we're hearing in the radio, because those are mostly Filipino pilots and air traffic controllers. I think they mostly have Filipinos and Japanese, and it's perfect for where we're flying now. Maybe a bit of a different accent.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Good. Alright, release the parking brake because we do have clearance.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
You won't believe this, or maybe you will. Beacon on, because I forgot the name of that again. Jet Bridge. Jet Bridge, right? Jet Bridge? Jetway or Jet Bridge? I will never remember that. Okay, there we go. Start the engine. Put ignition to start. Start engine 2. Packs automatically turn off. You can hear the air conditioning stop. And let's monitor the engine. You can hear it slightly humming. N2 is climbing 15%. EGT should soon follow, if you can see that there. There's the EGT. As long as it doesn't reach that orange part, I think we're good. Otherwise, I think they call it a hot start. And with the Airbus A319, it automatically switches, turns on the generator and switches the bus, I believe. There you go, you heard that click. So if you look at electricity, you see that even though the APU is still on, a while ago the generator was supplying both AC1 and AC2. Now generator 2 is supplying AC2 and only AC1 is being provided for by the APU. So as we start, and I learned that that sound is actually the hydraulics here. You see the pressure was building up here on the green one. That's the one for the engine 1. And I think it's because of the it's either the PTU or the buildup of the pressure which is causing that sound. I don't know the specifics though, I just heard that from V1. V1 is a YouTuber, but also a real life Airbus pilot, so he knows his stuff. Man, look at this. That looks so good, doesn't it? That airport. Beautiful. We need to take some photos in a bit. Now the taxi here looks pretty straightforward. It's a fairly small airport.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Yeah, just... It looks like we'll have to back taxi actually.
Disconnecting tail. Stand by.
Looking good. Set back the ignition to normal. So if you look at electricity now, yeah, I see that both generators are working. APU generator is on, but it's not supplying anything, so we can actually turn that off. So let's turn off APU bleed. Arm the spoilers. Flaps for takeoff. You'll see those extending right there. The blue lines are the target. The green is where it actually is. There you go. Now it's fully extended for flaps 1 setting.
And bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
There you go. Thank you. And pitch trim should be 0.2. I think that one we have to manually adjust up 0.2. So that one should be around that point maybe. That looks 0.2 enough. Must be hard to look up and see the screen at the same time. Oh yeah. Yeah. Takes a bit of it's a bit challenging. Okay, AP generator, we can now turn off the APU, so we turn off the master. And you see that it's not there anymore. Very cool. This is what I like about this plane. The systems are so complete, so comprehensive. You really know what's happening. Good. Alright, let's just check the flight controls. Rudder is working. Let me open that so you guys can see it. There's the rudder at the bottom. Man, my frame rate sucks really hard right now. Blame Ryzen 1600. Yeah. Stabilizers look good. Alright, that's perfect. No slide taxi. Let's request taxi clearance. Tower, Clumsy 168, ready to taxi.
Clumsy 168 taxi to runway 05, hold short runway 05.
Taxi to runway 05, hold short runway 05, Clumsy 168. It is running mostly single core, yes. You can see some of the threads being utilized, but it's not really not much. I think minimally. Release the parking brake. Hey Sean, thanks for joining. How are you? Alright, good to go. And then we have like a mini checklist there. You can see auto brake max. Blue means you have to do it still. So we set auto brake to max and that becomes green. And in the cabin we check either via the forward or aft buttons here. and that also makes green. And in the takeoff config, we also enable over on this side there. So now we are everything green. XP11 only uses single core. There you go. Yeah. So there was a guy, I forgot his name. He's a very prominent figure in X-Plane. He was testing the Ryzen 3rd Gen. Yeah, he's saying it's a much better performance versus the 1st and 2nd gen of Ryzen. But you don't really get so much improvement when you switch from like 3600, 3700, 3900. They're all the same because they have mostly the same clock speeds. So you're still stuck with a single core performance. And it's just that nowadays the single core performance of 3rd gen Ryzen is much better. And that's why I'm so tempted to upgrade to it. Now what I'm not sure is, do I need to wait for their clearance to back taxi? I guess I should, huh? Because I'm entering the runway and I can't just do that out of nowhere. So let me stop here and let me look for some commands to coordinate with air traffic control. Let me see. So request. If I go and look at the taxi, no, there is nothing about back taxiing. Actually, I'm not sure what is the proper way to do this. If we need to back taxi, how we enter the runway and coordinate with air traffic control. Does anyone know? And is it implemented in Pilot to ATC? Okay. No, I don't think there is anything. Maybe there is a request to cross runway. Maybe it's related to that one. Not really crossing, but okay, let's try it. Clumsy 168 ready to cross runway 05.
Clumsy 168 cleared to cross runway 05.
Okay, let's say that's the
Clumsy 168
clearance.
advise when ready for departure.
We'll go Clumsy 168. Okay, so let's back taxi. Strobes are set to auto, so that's good. Brakes are working. Flight controls have been checked. FMA modes are nav and climb over there. Climb, nav. Terrain, do we need terrain? Yeah, okay, let's turn on terrain. Auto brake max cabin has been checked. Take off config switch has been pressed. Anti-ice, do we need it? For sure not. It's 28 degrees outside. Alright. Let me put some thrust in. This will take a while to taxi all the way to the back there. How are you doing, Sean? I take it you're also an X-Plane fan. What do you usually fly? Looking good here. Weather radar. Yes, that's something I can start now. System 1. Runway turn off lights. Landing lights, I guess I can turn them on as well. And then the nose light for takeoff. Should be good. And now we can set TCAS to TARA. There you go. Okay, good now. Yeah, lots of details on this map. You see the beautiful mountains from afar. I'm not really familiar with them though. Like I said, I've never been to Davao in real life, but I heard that it's really great here. My dad has been here a couple of times. And I'm looking for the back taxi route. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. It looks like it's turning off somewhere, but it actually is just for making a U-turn somewhat. which is quite interesting. So let's follow that line. I wonder how they might not have too many flights here, huh? Because if all planes have to do this, I can imagine how long it takes to land and coordinate someone taking up the runway for this long a time before they can leave. Yeah, that U-turn slot basically. So let's go and line up, and then let's get in touch with air traffic control. Yeah, this is a very nice U-turn slot. Very easily done. Line up and wait. That way. That looks perfect. Peanuts! Tower Clumsy 168, ready for departure.
Clumsy 168 winds are light and variable, cleared for takeoff. Runway 05.
Nice. Cleared for takeoff, runway 05, Clumsy 168. Good morning. Goody good. Let's start the chrono. Okie dokes. Brakes can be released. Thrust to 50%. And when it hits 50%, we go direct to flex MCT. That one. Is that right? Yeah, I hear those two clicks. And we can see that in that one, the man flex, 65 degrees Celsius. Hey MTZ, thanks for joining, and thanks for the well wishes, we'll need it. 5 knots before we hit V1, we announce V1. Rotate gradually. Is that gradual enough? Positive rate, landing gear up. And we follow the flight director. But of course, as is customary, we pause the game because we have to take a few screenshots along the way. Photo mode before anything else. Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look nice? Hey Barry, glad you could join. Yes, this is an ad hoc stream. Yeah, yesterday I was not feeling so much into flying, but today I'm totally in the mood again. So, glad you could join. If there's some other angle we could take. Oh, that actually looks nice, huh? Quite different angle there. But I'll gladly take that as well. And the landing gears are just on their way to getting fully retracted. Nice. I think we'll do some manual pilot flying at the moment, just to feel it a bit. And once the workload gets too much, we can start to enable autopilot. So right now we're waiting for 1,600 feet where it will signal us to go to climb. That's the one, that's the indication, as you're seeing the blinking. And we switch to climb thrust. There you go. There is something wrong though. Let's turn on the autopilot because there seems to be something wrong. Auto flight. Thrust limited. I did switch already. Oh, it didn't recognize it. Okay, that's the problem. It didn't recognize that I was in climb already. Ground spoilers are still armed. That should be disabled.
Have a good morning.
Sender on 127.5, Clumsy 168. Good morning. 127.5, which is interesting because it doesn't seem like there's anything there. Let's switch to it. 127.5. Okay, there we go. Mactan Center. Center, Clumsy 168, climbing to flight level 190.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact.
Slow-mo. There we go, that's looking good. I don't think we need the terrain anymore. Beautiful. Beautiful weather today, thank goodness. So that line over there is where we'll be reaching flight level 190, that blue indicator. And it says at CVAL we should be at 13,000 and above, but I think we can make that no problem, because if it's in a magenta circle like that, that means we are expecting to reach that, to be able to fulfill those constraints. If we cannot, it will be colored differently, orange instead of magenta. That's a very nice looking mountain. I bet that's famous. Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look at the map. So we are currently northwest of Davao, and we're seeing that mountain to the west. So that's this one, Mount Tipolog. Is it? I think. Yeah, that's the one. That looks kind of familiar. Not the highest mountain, but look at that mountain range, guys. Nice. Oh. At 11,000 feet, we switch over to standard altimeter settings. And at 10,000, we could actually turn off our landing lights. Good. Have I missed anything? No. Flaps are... Do I still have my flaps? I still have my flaps, my goodness. Forgot all about them. My bad. I should have retracted them as soon as we hit the S speed here, the S indicator. My bad. I got confused because the thrust was not getting detected a while ago. This is why you have two people piloting. So you have someone who'll catch you when you make a mistake. Now, as you can probably notice, the textures below aren't the best. I don't have orthophotos in this scenery anymore. The orthophotos are actually on that airport only, but not on the surrounding areas. But that's a work in progress. And that looks good. Do we have any traffic nearby? I don't see any. That's good. And we will just monitor our ECAM for any possible warnings or faults. I'm kind of hoping that there are faults, but kind of hoping that there aren't as well. Bit of a yeah, I'm a bit torn about that. Looking good. Alright, so now it's just a straight flight and we can enjoy and relax, hopefully. Let's have a look at that wing view, the engine and everything. Beautiful. It is so nice. They haven't given us clearance yet. We're still stuck at flight level 190.
Clumsy 168, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Clumsy 168. we can lower our packs now. Pack flow shouldn't need to be that much. Here we can also see the temperature in the cabin, the elevation, the vertical speed inside the cabin. So you can see the altitude inside the cabin is increasing bit by bit. Even if we are at flight level 200, 20,000 feet above ground or above sea level, we are still the cabin is only 4,000. It appears as if we're only 4,000 feet above, and that's what we need. So we have enough oxygen inside. So the pressure is building as well. 5.7 psi at the moment. This is nice. Good. So I think we can go through the other systems bit by bit. Let's see how I can do that, like this one here. I can cycle through them one by one so we can check. Fuel used. That's the bleed air. There's the high pressure valves. I'm not sure when those open. Cabin pressure, that's details on the cabin pressure. Electricity, hydraulics, everything in the green. Fuel, even on both sides. That looks good. APU is turned off. 22 degrees on all parts of the cabin. Doors are closed. Oxygen is 1200 psi. Wheels are sitting pretty. And flight controls are doing pretty well. Yeah, Airbus has very different philosophy from Boeing. I still don't know which I like better, but I think more and more I'm liking the Airbus philosophy better. It makes a lot of sense, even though the pitch, the trim, specifically I like the one on Boeing better, because in Boeing, whenever you trim or whenever the autopilot trims, or it does anything for that matter, you hear it, you see it changing here, and you hear it. So you have visual and oral indications that the autopilot is doing something. Here, as we can see, if it's adjusting the trim, we don't really know it. We don't really notice it. Where was it? I think it was in here, flight control. So you see the pitch trim is 0.4 down. That adjusts on its own because it's an autopilot, but we don't really notice it. There's no sound, right? But I think you see that there reflecting at least. Yeah, it's a bit of a different philosophy, but more and more I'm liking the Airbus. That being said, I really miss the Zibo 737 because the level of the quality in that plane is just unmatched from what I've seen. Even comparing with the pay-wearer planes, like even on this one, this plane is great and all the systems are super detailed, but the flight controls themselves, the feel of the plane, you know, how heavy it is, that it's an actual airliner and not a light plane that you're flying, it doesn't feel as massive as like an airliner. Not like the Zibo, even while taxiing, you can already feel that you're taxiing an airliner, and all the sounds are so immersive and all that. So I kind of miss it, and we might go back to it next week. But I want to still fly the Airbus, because this A319, because I like the systems, and I want to check the faults, the failures. But we'll see how that goes. We are reaching our cruising altitude. No worries, Bandit. Glad you are asking the questions, actually. You don't know planes well, but what can pilots do to pass the time that is allowed? So that's a very interesting question. From what I've heard, they can actually sleep on longer flights. Of course, not both of them at the same time, but they call it different. They don't call it napping. There's a like an official term for it, a controlled rest period or something along those lines. And they can sleep for longer flights. There are conditions with it. One obviously being both pilots cannot sleep at the same time, but the other is, I remember Mentor Pilot from YouTube is answered this before, that whenever someone wakes up from their controlled rest, they cannot fly immediately. Like, there is a 30-minute period after they wake up that they cannot do anything with the controls, because they are given the time to adjust and reacclimate where they are. And the 30 minutes is important to make sure that they're not doing anything funny, because they just woke up and they're not yet they don't have the situational awareness just yet, something along those lines. And thank you for following. Did someone follow? For some reason it didn't show in my activity feed, but I heard the notice. Thank you for following, and let me know. Feel free to say hi in chat so we can give you a proper welcome. Look how short that is. That's the top of descent right there already. That white arrow pointing down. Is that consistent? That's around 50 miles from here. Enter destination data. Yeah, we have to enable that already. Previous phase, destination data, let's enter it. I'm just going to refer to what this one is saying. Active Sky is saying. Let me show it to you. That's the one. So it's 1012 QNH, 29 degrees. Anyway, let me just plug it in manually one by one. So it's 1012. Temperature is 29 degrees Celsius. Whoa! What's happening? Oh no, just a different view. I thought my pilot fell asleep. Suddenly looked down. The winds are 240 at 4 knots. Let's go with full flaps. Decision height, that's a good question. RNAV 22. RP Victor Mike. Approach RNAV 22. And RNAV, if I remember correctly from last week, we should not enable the landing scales. Alright, RNAV 22, decision height is there we go, 429 feet. Okay, 429 feet is the decision height. That looks good. Alright, awesome. Oh, there's the plane right there. Nice. Plane spotting before we descend. So here we are waiting for air traffic control to clear us and make us descend. Now I'm looking at pilot to ATC here, and I'll show it to you. It is actually seeing our top of descent is still 61 miles away. It is not consistent with what we see here, where it's around 30 miles away, top of descent. It's a bit misaligned there, but I mean, we have to follow the air traffic control. We can request it, but I think I want to follow them fully this time just to see what they are planning for us. So we can also get more idea on that if you go to progress, report. There we go. Top of descent is 29.6, 29.5. I haven't even filled the winds for the descent. Maybe I can do that here. Actually, I can't because let me see. Init, wind, next phase, cruise wind. That's fine. descent wind, that's the one. So that one we can plug in from here. So 113 at 11 knots, flight level 200. 161 at 14, 150, and 174, 9 knots, 10,000 feet. Good. Good, alright. Does that change the top of climb, top of descent? That's going to happen 20 miles from now. What the... yeah, no, it's not going to happen yet. That's fine. Let's follow what the air traffic control has given us. I think starting from here, I have orthophotos, but orthophotos with clouds. That's why you can see like snow cap there. Probably not really snow cap. It's probably just clouds, fake clouds. Yeah, that's the transition. You can see the color of the green is a bit different. But yeah, looks good so far. Right, let's go to the approach again. Almar would be at 4,000 feet. Max 250 knots, okay. There we go. Almar 4,000 feet above. Yeah, it's perfect. Other planes there in sight. Wow, look at that. Cool stuff, huh? That looks very sleek. Should we request descent already? You know what? I don't think I trust air traffic control so much. I'll request it. Center, Clumsy 168, request en route descent.
Clumsy 168 at pilot discretion. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
There you go. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Clumsy 168. So we move this to 4,000. And we push it. So that means a managed descent. And now we start. And you can see the vertical profile there. So that ideally should be in the middle. So what happens here is we have not really reached the top of descent yet. Oh, what happened there? Goodness, I thought it tanked. Oh, now it really did crash on me. What the heck? Well, that's new. There must have been a fault that happened, and it was really faulty because it caused the entire plane to to crash. Goodness. Phew. Okay, that's pretty bad. The rip. I know, right? Alright, so now I have to... Let me hide all those icons because they are not very pretty to look at. My messy desktop. There is autosave that is built in with the plane itself. So at least we can recover. We'll see how it works. I was able to try it once before. And it worked pretty nice. So hopefully it works as well this time. Now granted, that means we lost air traffic control. But maybe we can still connect later on. We'll see. Goodness. And I'm not sure why it crashed. It didn't crash on me before. It might be related to the faults, I don't know. Or maybe to the... I have no clue. We'll see, we'll try it again. So normally there is no autosave. It's just that this plane, that's one of its special features that the developers modeled that in, that it autosaves every, I don't know, 5 minutes or something when you're airborne. So let's try that again. So how we do it is we load it in the airport, and then I'll show it how it works. But we spawn in stationary, and then we load it, and then we will be flying. But I think some systems will need to get some time before it catches up. Ouch. I wonder why that happened. That's the problem with so many plugins. You never know which is conflicting and which is just not compatible, or yeah, problems of modding, right? This is like waiting for pro mods to load. The rip indeed. Whew. Let's hope this works. If it doesn't, you might just have to go hunting. Just clearing up my notifications. So Bandit, I remember, yeah, the Mac anthem. So did you say, I forget from yesterday, that you didn't have that problem with the steering wheel? I wonder where I'm getting it though. Got stuck in the same spot on the road connection to southern region. The one with the huge pothole? Goodness, that came out of nowhere, right? Yeah, that's super scary. That should not be in there. There we go. What the heck is this? XPU IPC. Oh, dang it. Yeah, looks like a problem with the XPU IPC now. Must have something to do with my IP config. Op. Let's check. No, I have the right IP address here. That's strange. Windows uninstalling. Yeah, I think it's passing on to each of us, Alex. You're the first one. Somehow you passed the curse to me. Goodness. Version and info. Wrong IP address. What? Okay, let me try to disable that and re-enable it. No nick with this address found. I don't know. We'll see if let me know if the altitude updates, okay? The one in the The one in the lower part of the screen. If that updates once we load the plugin, the situation. So this is what I was talking about. There's an auto-saved situation here. And normally it should work, but we will try. Here we go. It works somewhat. Oi! I'm falling. Let's wait for it. Okay, good. 4,000 feet. Start our descent. Now it's going to try and catch that slope, that vertical path. Alright. So I think everything is still working. Clouds have disappeared somewhat, but let's see. You have enough troubles with your PCs. Okay, it seems like the altitude is still updating, right? So it looks like the plugin is still working because that was the required plugin to connect with this one. Okay. Okay. That one's connected again. Let's file the flight plan. Or did we need to file it? I don't know. Probably.
Lumpy 168 expects the Boho 3 Romeo arrival with the Boho transition for the Arnav approach to runway 22 with the Almar transition at Mactan CEDU International after Yain cleared direct Boho.
What? Expect the Boho 3 Romeo arrival with the Boho transition for the Arnav approach to runway 22 with the Almar transition after Yayin cleared direct Bohol, Clumsy 168. Clumsy 168 request en route descent.
Lumpy 168 at pilot discretion, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
There we go. Descend, maintain 4,000 feet, Clumsy 168. And now they are assigning us a departure, an arrival, so we have to set that up because we didn't beforehand. They told us before that we didn't need that. Okay, so we go arrival, run Arnav 22. The star would be Boho 3 Romeo via Almar, no transition. Insert that. Good. There we go. Okay, that works for us. Arnav 22, everything else looks good. Alright, perfect. Vertical deviation negative 130 feet. That looks fine. ETS just crashed. Yeah, Alex is spreading the virus around. So this is what's amazing about this plane. In almost any other plane, at least I've never seen this kind of detail before, where they can actually load the entire thing, the entire flight plan, so we can continue where we left off. That is amazing. That is not something we normally get. Your powers are limitless. Let's load it up. Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Load up the arrival Bohol something Romeo. Bohol 3 Romeo. Did I click the right one? Arrival, right? Bohol 3 Romeo arrival. That's interesting. Arnav 22 is for sure what I need, but arrival should also be there. Ball 1. Maybe this one, Arnav 22 arrivals. Oh, there you go. And probably Bohol is here. Yeah, that's Bohol 3 Romeo. Above 13,000 feet. So we look at constraints. Yeah, we're fine there. Good. Almar max 250 knots. Above 4,000 feet. Yeah, that looks straightforward. And then we get the approach to Arnav 22. And then we get the airport at 10-9. There you go. So once we land Arnav 22, we'll be basically turn right whenever possible. Okay. Fairly straightforward. Small airport. Long runway, small airport. That's fine. Let me double check that our performance has been set up for the approach. Yes, it got saved. Perfect. Thank you. Looking good.
Clumsy 168 descend via the Bohol 3 are arrival with the Bohol transition to 4000 feet QNH is 1012 at Mactan CEDU International.
I'm already doing that. Descend via the Bohol 3 Romeo arrival with the Bohol transition to 4,000 feet. QNH is 1012. Clumsy 168. Alright. 1012. Yeah, you see those fake clouds? And also, we don't have any clouds here anymore, which is strange. Do I still have Active Sky connected? Yes, I do. It says activity is downloading, which is very, very strange. I might have to reopen that. Okay, let's try that. Oh crap, Active Sky won't quit. Close it. There you go. And open it again. And now it won't open anymore. Ah, my goodness. Active Sky XP. Shut that down. Okay, it's gone. Let's call it up again. Okay, now it's working. Let's load it up. Log in and give me realistic weather, please. What happens when you hit Control Alt Delete in flying airplane? Yeah, exactly. Alright, there we go. Now we have weather. Whoa! Okay. Bit in your face there. Shoo! It's got anti-ice in. Center, say altimeter.
Aircraft calling approach, say again with your call sign.
Center, say altimeter for Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168 MRT11 center frequency is 127.5 QNH is 1012 at Mactan CDDU International.
Thank you. 1012 still. Okay, good. Well, you wanted clouds. That's fair. Okay, 10 degrees. Don't need those anymore. It looks good though, doesn't it? Looks much better with real clouds rather than just fake clouds on the ground there. Let's switch to normal, 1012. There we go. That is looking good there. Alright. Landing scales, do not enable them, but approach, we will still need that in a bit. Your mouse then disappeared from your screen when you tried to launch ATS. Had to restart computer with the power button. GG. Goodness, what's happening? What is happening, guys? Clouds. Clouds for the win. Let's go and check any possible problems with terrain. No, I don't think so. Everywhere it's water. The surroundings. So the airport should be somewhere there, I think. Maybe across here. Mexican Tesla. How's it going? Long time no see. There we go with the clouds. Yeah, that was beautiful. I like that. Problem is we are too dependent on technology. That's true. That's very true. Nice. Where's my checklist now? My checklist is gone. That's good already. Descent is also okay. Seatbelt signs may be a good idea. Approach phase, you don't really need that. Okay, this one I need. With this plane I don't need it as much because I have some of the stuff here, but yeah, still it will help. Took a 3-week inter. What is an interventification? If worldwide EMP went off, you wouldn't be able to function anymore. Oh yes, that's true. A few minutes off the internet feels so strange. Feels like so much of a punishment nowadays. There it is. So the airport should be right across there, I think. Should be somewhere here. Maybe that one? You can function without internet for a few days. Stream post as you sent that. The EMP is real. What happened there? Oh, did someone? I think that broke. I think that's a fault. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. MacDo 2 is broken. Well, we don't really need it. But yeah, that's one of the faults. That's pretty cool. Good thing that's the one which got faulty. If it's this one, I will have more of trouble. But yeah, those are the kinds of faults that can be introduced. Like, I don't know, some frequencies not working, or one of the radios not working, things like that. That's very cool. It didn't warn me here though. I guess you could see it clearly, if ever. Okay, still continuing our descent. And when we are around 15 miles away. I should probably go flaps 1. Easy dog, Cebu Pacific. Very nice. In reality, I don't think Cebu Pacific has A319s anymore. From what I read, they sold them already to a different company, but they still have Airbuses, so that's close enough. Actually, on Saturday, we'll be flying back to Manila, but on a different airline. But I think it's going to be an A320 we'll be flying in. Whoa, what is that? Error HTTP status 500. What the heck? What is happening, guys? Even the charts won't load anymore. Okay, there we go. It's back. Maybe that's one of the faults. I doubt it.
Jumpy 168, QNH is 1012, cleared for the Arnav approach to runway 22 with the Alma transition at Mactan CEDU International.
Nice.
Jumpy 168, slow to 185 north or left.
We'll go Clumsy 168. Should fly Mumbai buses. Yes. 185 it says. Okay. If we're going 185, might as well go flaps 1, so we get a bit of drag. What is the job thing in Discord where it says with a bot who completed the job? That's VTlog. That's the virtual trucking company. Feel free to join it. There should be a link somewhere. The link here in Discord in Nightbot is a bit old school. It's not working so much. But one of the guys here should be able to help you. I think it's
slow to 185 north or left.
I think it's 1624.vtlog.net, something like that. Wilco Clumsy 168. Come on, slow down, bro. Why are we not slowing down? Let me get some speed brakes in. And because we are cleared for our nav, I should be able to go to 2400. All the way through. There we go, that looks good. Perfect. Now we're slowing down. Let's go to flaps 2.
Jumpy 168, QNH is 1012 at Mactan CEDU International, contact tower on 118.1. Have a good morning.
QNH is 1012, tower on 118.1, Clumsy 168. Good morning.
Aircraft calling approach, pay again.
Thanks a lot,
with your
Alex.
call time.
Ignore what she said. Let's switch frequencies. That doesn't want to switch, fine. Tower, Clumsy 168, inbound for RNAV 22. Oh my goodness, doesn't understand me. Tower, Clumsy 168, inbound for RNAV runway 22. She's not replying. Tower, Clumsy 168, descending 4,000 feet.
Clumsy 168, good morning.
Not really.
4105, continue RNAV to runway 22, call when established on final.
Continue RNAV to runway 22, will call when established on final, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, you were garbled. Please say again.
Continue RNAV to runway 22. Will call when established on final. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, you were garbled. Please stay
Never
away.
mind. Never mind. Okay. Landing gear down.
2,500.
Spoilers armed. Auto brake set. Let's go flaps 3. Hit approach. Final approach enabled. Clumsy 168 established on final.
Clumsy 168, winds are light and variable, cleared to land runway 22.
Clear to land runway 22, Clumsy 168. Missed approach here is... It doesn't say. 2,000 feet, I think. Okay. Good. Looking good. All right. So what am I missing? I'm still missing a lot. Should be. Flaps are full. Speed, no slide, takeoff, runway turn off lights are on. I think at 2,000 feet above ground, that should change into the landing checklist. It might be too early. Might have done it too early. That's the runway right there. Yes. Need to apply. Need to register. Looks like we have some very good headwinds. Perfect. I might have gone full flaps too early, but that's fine. Better early than late. There we go. Now it's changed, and the only thing we are missing is cabin. Check, call. So the flight attendants at the back know what we are planning. Final approach is continuing. Man, it's super laggy here now because of all the details that were put in. At 1,000 feet, we go manual. And the main difference with the Boeing, with the 737, is even in manual, we keep the throttle there. I tried turning off auto thrust one time, really complained a lot with me. So I think that we keep it there the entire time, on that indent there. And then we just go to idle like 30 feet above or whenever the annunciator says retard. That should be good enough. Okay.
1,000.
We take it from here. As Jay would say, land with feelings. It's looking good. I'm a bit on the right though. Let's move a bit. There we go.
100 above.
500.
Minimum.
Land.
400.
Glide slope.
Oi, 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 oi. Too much.
200.
There we go.
Glide slope.
Glide slope.
Glide slope.
What a
100.
brat. Ah, that's fine. It's a bit high.
50. 40. 30.
Retard. Retard.
10.
A bit late,
5.
but quite smooth. I'll take it. Reversers.
1C168 exit runway when able.
Ideally, I would want to stop there. Oh crap. We're not stopping enough. I think I underestimated this. Yeah, look at the brake there. Like it's not kicking in so much. That's weird. Right, let's turn off somewhere there on the next one, taxiway J. Here. Congrats. Can someone help approve the application for Bandit? There we go. Flaps up. Landing lights off. No slide to land. And we stop here. Clear of active. Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, welcome to Mactan Cebu International Contact Ground on 121.8. Enjoy your morning.
Ground on 121.8, Clumsy 168. Hey, Heroic. Glad you could join. How are you? Let's disarm that. 121.8. Okay. Ah, that's what's... No, it's working. It's working. Let's wait for this guy to finish. Ground, Clumsy 168. Request taxi to the gate.
Clumsy 168 taxi to gate 5 via taxiways Bravo, Delta.
That's straightforward. Taxi to gate 5 via taxiways Bravo, Delta, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168
Thanks a lot,
taxi
Alex.
to gate 5.
Turn that off. There we go. No planes taxiing. Can start the APU. Yeah, you can see it's really getting framey here. And this is because I just recently realized that the 1600 Ryzen is absolutely, as they say, rubbish when it comes to X-Plane. It's like one of the worst options. Because X-Plane is single core, likes clock frequency, and Ryzen is focusing on multi-thread and lower clock frequency. Weather radar is off. Let's not expose anyone to unnecessary radiation. Look at those planes. Massive, bulky looking. Are those? I don't know. I won't even try to guess. Massive. Looks like military. Brake temperature. That's a good question. How are the brakes doing? 270 degrees. I think that's hot. Let's go and enable the brake fan. Bravo and Delta. Okay, we just go straight ahead. They look like C-130s. Wow, you guys are good. Hey, Blazer. Thanks for joining. Military transport. It did look like it. Good eyes, guys. Mabuhay! Mactan Cebu International Airport. That is really well done. That is amazing. That looks like the real thing. So here, I've been here. Yeah, this one I've been to. Cebu I've been to multiple times. The food in Cebu, one of the best in the Philippines, I must say. One of the most evil as well in terms of cholesterol, maybe. But it's worth it. There we go. Oh, that's a large plane. Gate 5. Now I wonder where Gate 5 is. I'm guessing on the left. But we'll have to check that to be sure. Stop here. Maybe there's a chart for that somewhere. Parking spots. That shouldn't be too complicated. There we go. Gate 5. There are 2 5s. There's a Bravo 5 and there's a Charlie 5. I'll go with Bravo 5 just so there's a jet bridge. Jet bridge, right? Jet bridge. I think it's this guy that we're going to. Yeah, looks like that one. All over the place now. APU looks good. Alright. Slow down bit by bit. Look at that guy waving across. That looks so cool. I think we went over a bit. Can we do a bit of reverser? There we go. That really works. Reversers do work as reversers. Nice, didn't know that. I thought they were for slowing down only. Good. Chrono stop. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I going forward? Okay, looks like the brakes aren't working. Okay, reverse again. There we go. Parking brake. Now it's enabled. Good. You will need to download the VTLog client in the website. Go look for the client, and it should be a pretty straightforward installation. And you can do that from there. Okay. APU bleed. Turn that on. Turn off the engine. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. See you on the job. Looking great. There you go. Thanks a lot, Alex, for helping guide. Okie dokes. What else? Aside from that, it's just cleaning up mainly. Let's have a look at that landing. I was thinking we could do one more flight, but I think that's pushing it now. So I think we leave it as is here. Well, momentum is good. And we can spend 1 hour doing, I don't know, offline hunting or something. There we go. Let's see how that landing went. A bit too low. Was able to correct it though. But yeah, ideally we should have touched down on that huge white strip there. Those two white blocks. I kind of overshot it a bit because our slope was not the best. But that was a smooth landing. I'll take it. But the brakes for some reason did not seem to want to work. Yeah, like we were not slowing down at all with the brakes. Got lined up well with the people reachy thingy. What's a people reachy thingy? Goodness. Alright, I'll take that, thank you. Let's have a look here. Yeah, only the Mach 2, only the MCDU 2 failed. That's nice. That's a nice effect there. We'll see though what my mood is next week if we're going back to the 737. Because I really miss it. But at the same time, this plane systems is just so good. Anyway, alright. So let's leave it there, guys. I'll stop with the stream now. I'll stop with the recording because we will stop with X-Plane. But feel free to stick around because I'll still be streaming for around 1 more hour. We'll probably go hunting. We'll see. Alright. So thank you for the comments. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this short flight. The virtual iPad add-on, this one is AVTab. That is actually part of this plane. Although you download it separately, but it's automatically embedded in there, AVTab. The thing is, this chart thing is a paid subscription. So the tablet itself is AVTab, it's free, but the Navigraph, this is paid. And you need to subscribe to Navigraph, you can Google it, so that you gain access to the charts like this. But if the charts are not important to you, then you don't need to. You can stick to like the airport information like here and just stick to the map. The charts are the only thing that's paid. So basically AVTab has a built-in integration with Navigraph. Right? Okay, so let's leave it there. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. I will play the outro and then I'll be back on the stream, okay? Come see flying, everybody. And enjoy. And thank you for the last minute follow. Thanks, Ableza. Catch you guys in a bit.